What's up everybody, Superstar here, and in this video I'm going to be bringing to you all a brand new Kontakt preset bank for Kontakt, of course. I've been getting a lot of requests via Twitter saying you want new presets for Kontakt, you know, you're running out of presets, you need new sounds. So me and the team of sound designers, or one of the team of sound designers that I work with, came up with a new preset bank for you all. This one has been in the makings for about a month and a half, 2 months now. It was a long process of getting a bunch of the sounds together, tweaking and molding them. But not only that, some of the things you all don't really realize is that a lot goes into these kits more than just making the sounds. When I'm not personally making the sounds myself, like a kit like this, that the sound designers or producer or somebody submitting to me, it goes through a long process of me checking the whole thing to make sure it's like 100% good for you all, and it's a process of me deleting sounds, telling them no, these sounds won't work, they're not good enough, or you need to change this, so on and so forth. This is a pretty good release right here, not only because of the sounds, but it's something new that we're doing as well, where I had a graphic designer actually make a custom skin, but not only a skin for the sounds, but it has knobs, and the knobs have LEDs that, like, you know, go up and down with it. It's gonna be a little hard to show you all on the screen, but a little unprofessional here, but let me show you all what I mean. If you see right here, and it's got the attack, and you go up and down, it's got the reverb, the delay, the release, and that's how it works right there. So, sorry for the unprofessionality that was, but that's the only way I got to do it right now. So anyway, the kit, as you just seen, or the preset bank, sorry, let me get this back situated. The preset bank is called the JumpOff. They came up with the name, and it kind of just, I don't know what it means really, it just kind of sounded good, so we're just gonna run with that. But it has some really good high quality sounds. The kit in total is massive. It's 6.10 gigs of sound, so of presets. So you've got let me see, you've got bass, brass, guitars, hits, leads, organs, pads, pianos, plucks, and strings. So it's a wide variety for you to choose from as well. This is a really good kit. I would put it up there, actually even better than the Omega V1 and V2 kits. So the same sound designers worked on it, but they put even more into it. But I know most of you have Omega 1 or 2 for Kontakt or Reason. This is even better than those. So it's one of the best kits we've put out so far. And the reason being is not just because of the look of it and the sound quality, but the time I put into telling them no, these sounds aren't good enough for the customers, these sounds need to be tweaked or molded. The only one thing that I'll tell you all is when you pick this up, excuse me, when you pick this up, when you first open up some of the sounds, for some reason they made the volume down on some of them, so it kind of takes away the impact of them, and you might be like, damn, why does it sound like that? Just turn the volume up, you know, turn the slider volume up, and then, you know, you'll get that effect. But right now I'm gonna go ahead and go through some of my favorite presets from the bank. I'm not gonna go through all of them because I wrote them down, and as you can see, that's all my favorite presets in this bank. And that's a shitload of fucking sounds. So I'm not gonna go through all of them, but I'll go through a bunch of them. So right here we got let's start with Dirty Low End. It's the very first preset in the bass folder. It's just a sub bass. You guys really can't hear sub basses good on camera, but for those of you that have your video playing through the studio monitors, you can probably hear it. I'll go through one more bass. It's called Square Sounds, and it's kind of like on some clubby shit. You know, You get the idea. Let's go through the brass, some of the brasses. A lot of these are really good. The very first one, open stereo. As again, we also went through and we got like the delays and the reverbs set to be on tempo and everything, but you can right here with the knobs tweak them, make everything, you know, change how you want the attack and all of that. So say you wanted the you want the brass to kind of build up. People are always asking me, like, when I use those kind of brass, they're like, yo, where do you get the brass from that kind of like goes up? And if you don't have a brass that does that automatically, you can easily do that with this preset bank, because you can select the brass, go to attack, and turn it up. So and you can make it go long if you want. You just so you can change it however you want. You know what I mean? You want to do some cinematic, dramatic intros and stuff like that. That's just one brass, and there's many really good ones. I have a lot of my favorite ones, but I don't want to take the time to go through all of them. So let's go to Move Fast Stereo. This is one, if you guys remember the beat that was on my page a while ago, I think it was called Death Star. This was kind of like that kind of brass. So it's like it's called Move Fast, because if you do like fast chords, fast like epic type track chords, it sounds crazy. And the low end has like a synth feel to it. It's some really dope brass. I'll do one more brass. Let's do Big T. Big T has a good feel to it. And I'm doing the same chords as usually, like I say in other videos, to give you the quality difference in each sound with the same chords. This is another sound that you have to turn up. I don't know why they... like a Scarface theme type feel to it. Let's go to guitars now. The Finger Smooth guitar, which is the very first one that comes on, very clean. And you could turn the reverb way up, turn the delay up a little bit, and make it some crazy. All the guitars are really high quality like that. I made sure of that. Here's another one called Out of Hand. It's more of an electric feel. I like it like in some trap type stuff. Another one you gotta kind of turn up a little bit, but you can use it as an electric guitar too. It has a real grungy, full low end. So all the guitars are real high quality like that. You got about half electric, half acoustic, and there's about 8 of them. Let's move on to hits. This is my favorite sound, I think, in the entire bank. When I first heard it, I did some tweaking to it, and I'm gonna be honest, I kind of wanted to save it for myself. I didn't even want to sell it. Then I was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? We pride ourselves in giving them, you know, the best stuff we can and making them be like, oh damn, that's dope. So went ahead and gave it to you. This is like the hardest hit probably I've ever heard. You know, like little brass hits and stuff like that that you hear in trap beats or any kind of beats. This one's crazy, and it's not one of the ones where you can only do it on certain keys, because then up here it gets too small, whatever. It's like spread across the keys. It's just big. And if you layer, that's just one. If you layer two of them, you make some crazy shit with that. You better believe I'm gonna do some crazy shit with that. I'm about to make a note right now, right here on the desktop. Make crazy shit with Hitman. Hit. That sound's called Hitman, by the way. It's under hits. And that's probably what I'm gonna name the beat too. And then we got a timpani in here, really clean, solid, hard. And it has like a delay on it already, so you can do some dope stuff. You turn the delay off if you want. I really like this xylophone too. I'll probably use all three of these sounds in the beat. But this xylophone is like really orchestra, super high quality sounding. So I really fuck with that xylophone too. Let's move on to leads. Again, that's the only 3 hits that are actually in this preset bank, but I mean, that's the only 3 that you need instead of overflowing you with hits, and some of them are like, and some of them are like, ooh, they're all like the camera cut out. But anyway, this is the leads right here I'm going to go through. There's a ton of them, but I'll just go through a few. This one right here is called Already Open. I like this more for like chords you could use in the background of a beat. You know what I'm saying? It's got like a runner's feel. If you ever heard, they used to use this sound all the time. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same sound that they used to use, but back when the runners were super popping with the whole like Rick Ross feel, this was a sound they used a lot. Like, anyway, that's a really dope sound. I'll be using that too. This one's called Dirty Synth. Has a real, let me find it, has a real big feel to it. And if you hear, like, it has like a weird like a little robotic sound in the background that gives it like a dope. Another one. Let's do this one's called Space Gone. Sick, especially like for the intro of a beat. How did So enough of the, I'll go through one more. This one is a really simple, there's tons of leads in here, like I said. This is just a few of them. This is another one of my favorites. It's the most simple one ever. It's called Sine 1. It's just a basic sine patch, but you could do so much with it. You could make it into a bass, you could make it into like a sine lead, you could use it as little dots. You could do so much with it, especially tweaking the knobs, the attack, the reverb, the delay, throw an effect on it. Like an effect inside, you know, Cubase or Fruity Loops or whatever you use. You can really do a lot with it though. Like down here, it's like a wildly sub bass. let's move on. Organs, there's only one, and it's not really an organ. It's an organ, but we put heavy effects on it. It's called Tropicana. So, and you're gonna see why, because it's dope as fuck. So that's a really sick ass sound right there too. Let's move on to pads. This video is getting pretty long, so I'm gonna just go through a few. That one's Energy 1. I like this one a lot. Night Night. Enough of the pads. There's a handful of those. Let's go into pianos. Very first one, brightness. This piano's crazy. It's got the twangs of the brightness up here. And again, most of these sounds too, they're velocity sensitive, so depending on how hard you hit the keys, it's going to do a harder sound or a more softer ambient sound. So like this, you hit it hard though, it's going to have that like twang behind it. That's the hardest piano in here for me. There's a bunch more, and I like 4 of them the most. This one's Evil One. I like this for like stabs, like I was just doing. It's got like a lo-fi type sound to it, so if you did it in the background of like an epic beat or something, it's pretty dope. It's like a filter type piano. I like that one. Let's move on to Plucks. This one's called Pizzy Violins. A lot you can do with that. And there's a handful more plucks. All of the plucks are orchestrated plucks. There's no synth plucks in here, and there's 5 of them. So let's move on to strings. This one's called Big Symphony. This one's dope. Notice like a lot of Kontakt preset banks, you can't hold the keys for that long, and they cut off, the samples cut off, but the way we did it, you can hold it for a pretty long time. It just keeps on going, so you get the idea. That one's Big Symphony. Let's go into Orc Fast. This is like, you could use this in so many different ways, like a trap or whatever, any type of way, but I really hear it in a trap type beat the most. And it's called fast because if you do fast things, what it's designed to be for. See what else we got. Let's do a strong viola. sounding. Let's do one more. This one's called Speaking Box. I really like this one too. That's one of the ones you got to turn up. It's got like a real, you can make like a real dope Rick Ross live type beat, and this could be like the intro of it, and then a bunch of other big string orchestras and stuff come in. So like a string with like a choir in the back of it. So pretty dope sound too. That's all the categories. Like I said, by far that's nowhere near all of the sounds, but you get a taste of just what type of quality is in here. That was not, this is literally all of my favorite sounds in it, and that wasn't even, that was like a handful of those. And even besides these, there's a ton more that might not be my favorite, but some of you all's favorite. Anyway, like I said, 6 gigs. For Kontakt, it will work with the Kontakt 4 or higher VST. It's called the JumpOff. Get it at industrykits.com. Of course, the price is low as always. The quality is high as always. Hit me up on Twitter at SuperstarO if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or something you'd like to see me do in the future. For those of you asking, there is a Virus TI2 Kontakt PresetBank and for the virus module version 2 coming out, but it's going to be a while, so I don't mean in like 2 weeks or anything. I am working on it. And there are some other ones in the works that a lot of you have been asking about, like the Pro Mix Drum Kit Volume 3 and stuff. Those are on the way from me, but it will be a little while. Not too long, but just stay tuned. But for now, here's the JumpOff Kontakt PresetBank. Head over to industrykits.com. I appreciate you all for watching, and I hope you all enjoy the video, enjoy the sounds, and thank you all for being loyal customers. If you need anything, just like I said, hit me up on Twitter at SuperstarO. Peace.